Do you think building an online course means hours of video recording, fancy cameras, and maybe even hiring a production team? Think again. What if your existing PowerPoint slides could become a fully interactive course? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how to do just that right here within PowerPoint. Because why should you learn something brand new when you can build a professional looking course in a tool you're already familiar with? Here I am within my PowerPoint application, and I have uploaded my slides, but you may notice something a little different. If I come up here to the menu item and scroll almost all the way to the right, I have a new tab called iSpring Suite. And when I select this, I have access to a number of different interactions, quizzes, recording, characters, backgrounds. So no, I don't need to start from scratch. You probably already have a PowerPoint deck or a slideshow, which is 80% of the way there to converting into an online course. So here are my slides here on the left-hand side, and now I can start to add these other additional elements. And the best thing is that these are more than just adding a simple multiple choice quiz. No, we have so many different options available to you. So let me show you a few examples of the types of quizzes and interactions you can build, and then I'll show you how you can do it yourself. So this is exactly what the student would experience or see. Number one, it's so much more than just multiple choice. Here you can see I can click and drag and move these answers along. You'll even notice at the top, you have the option if you want to set a time limit. But it's these types of interactions that I absolutely love, because if you want your information, if you want your students to actually adopt the things that you're teaching, you need to get them involved. So for example, is this the best place to place butter on the shelves in a grocery store? Yes. If I'm teaching people how to optimize their ability to sell food and beverage, this is exactly the types of course or quizzes that I want them to engage with. This one here I love. I can actually move things around, place them in the right spot. If I really want them to feel that hands-on training, this is the types of interactions I want them to get engaged with. And again, you can create whatever diagram, whatever scenario you want, and then click and drag and help them along the way. So how do you do this with iSpring Suite inside your PowerPoint application? Well, simply select any of the slides that you've uploaded or you've already edited, and then coming up here, you can add what you would like to add to this particular slide. So one of my favorites is the interactions that are available to us. So here's an interactive quiz question that I set up earlier. Now, you'll notice that if I scan through my slides, they look a little different than my introductory slides. The reason being is that here you can see these are the elements which I have added to my slide. So the slide exists here, but now that I've added a quiz question or an interactive element, it's going to look this way within my PowerPoint slide. So I know that it's different than simply just an information slide. Let's go to this one here. I'm going to come up here and select quiz, and it's going to open up my slide in this new quiz maker view. So think of any piece of content that you already have, and you can now convert it into an interactive quiz. So here in this example, this is what's called a hotspot question. I want to ask them a question, click on the food that contains the most fat, and I just want them to click with their cursor as to which of these 4 foods they should select. Now in my form view, I find this a little bit easier because I can choose the different types of hotspots, but I can simply click and drag over whatever I would like. I could ask multiple questions on this particular slide. Now, in this case, the food that does have the most fat is the salmon. So I'm going to leave that here, but if I need to resize this, if I want them to select something else on the screen, it's so easy to do. And yes, it even includes branching. If I want to ask a specific question based on how they answer, I can do that here. I can limit the number of attempts. This is so much more than just a basic survey or a basic multiple choice quiz. And then, of course, at any time, I can preview what this is going to look like for the end user. So click on the food that contains the most fat. You'll see that they'll be left with this little target circle. Is it the beans? Is it the carrots? I'm going to hit submit. Oops, sorry, that wasn't the correct one. And then continuing with our quiz example, you simply can't create these types of questions where you want people to choose from a few different drop-downs in the same question type. So really making people think, because again, you need to get all three of these correct to perhaps get the correct score or the highest score for this question. So many options when it comes to creating and building those interactions. So if you've always wanted to build an online course but didn't know where to start, why not do it within PowerPoint? If you want to try iSpring Suite for free, click the link in the description down below. And if you have any questions about your course building journey, be sure to let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, being productive does not need to be difficult. In fact, it's very simple.